Hey, what's up guys? My name's James. I'm with RT Tuning in Montgomeryville, Pennsylvania, and the guys from EATSLEEPRACE are here today. I want to do a little video tour, part of their campaign for supporting your local speed shop. So we can take you guys on a tour. We'll start off with our lobby area. We're set up very much like a dealership. So when you come in through the vestibule here, you've got our service department. We got 2 or 3 service writers, and then over on this side here, we've got our waiting room and our retail parts store. So we sell a lot of wheels and tires, so I like to keep a lot of that stuff on display. We're an authorized dealer for all the Raise brands, so Volk Racing, Advan. We do a lot of Enki, SSR, one of my personal favorites. We stock a lot of parts that people just want to come in and get. We very much support the do-it-yourself community as well as the people that want to pay us to do it. So we try and keep a lot of stuff that's real popular so people can walk in and get that part that you can't find at a normal traditional parts store like Advanced Auto Parts. You go there for a 3-inch 2-bolt gasket, you're probably out of luck. So we have 100 of them. So this is just kind of my working area, a little like retail parts counter. We take you out to the shop, show you the fun shit. Packers. Today's a pretty cool day. We've got the guys from Bridges Racing here, Formula D's in Wall, New Jersey this weekend. And historically, for the past couple of years, we've opened up our shop to Formula D teams so that they could tech their cars, get them in working order before the event. We ourselves, we've done track support for several Formula D teams, like Jeff Stoneback, his rookie year when he won Rookie of the Year, Tony Angelo, Scion Racing. So here, come on out. This is the part on cribs where they say, I guess, where the magic happens, but it's not a bedroom. So, but our shop's about 14,000 square feet. We moved here about 2.5 years ago after being at our old shop in Lansdale for about 10 years. So we've been in business now, I guess, about 13, 14 years. So one of the things we're real well known for in the area is alignments. We're one of the few that has an in-ground alignment rack, so we can do any sort of real low car, race car, track car, kit car, old hot rods, doesn't matter, we do it all. And right now we have actually Dean Carney's Viper. He's number 2 spot right now, I believe, in FD. But getting his car checked out for this weekend's event. He traditionally, I think, does pretty well at Wall, so we're excited to see what he does. But we're one of the few in the area that does corner balancing, true chassis setup, race prep. So we do it all. Airbag setups, coilover installs, you name it. And then over this area here, we have our wheel and tire machines, which we made a big investment a few years back. We started seeing a lot more high-end cars and high-end wheels, so we wanted to have the equipment to match. So we got the Hunter row force balancer, tire mounting machine. And we keep a lot of wheels and tires in stock. Inventory is constantly fluctuating. Like I mentioned earlier, we do a lot with the Raise brand and SSR. So I'll show you a couple of the other cars we got going on here. Another one of the cars from Bridges Racing. This is actually the number 1 spot, James Dean here, who's just absolutely killing it this season. So we're always excited to have these guys in the shop. It's something different. Our roots in racing has traditionally been drifting, and even though we've stepped away from that a little bit in the previous years, it's still something we very much love. Another awesome customer project we have going on here, longtime customer of ours, Scotty. This is probably one of the only Honda K-Series swapped Porsches in the world. He's the only person I know crazy enough to do that, but he's got it here to us for just some of the finishing work and to tune it. So when it's all done, probably be the only Porsche that's ever been tuned with Honda data. But some of the other cars we work on, new market for us, European cars. We've seen a lot of our customers that are starting to go that way with BMWs and Audis, so we've expanded our services to do like APR flashes, Eurocharge tuning on some Euro applications, as well as some custom tuning depending on the car. And we've got the shop very much laid out like you would find and expect at a dealership. So we try and keep it nice and clean and organized. It's a little bit of a mess today because our friend from Bridges here, but we work around it. We've got 6 lifts. We've got the big toolboxes in the centers of the lifts, so that you have nice uniform look. Everything's nice and laid out. We see a huge variety of cars. We're still very much focused on imports. About 35% of what we do is Subaru. Another 30% is Nissan, and then the rest is a mixed bag of, European, modern muscle. It's a pretty fun mix, so it keeps things very interesting. It's not every day you have a Viper and an R32 and all these cars in the shop, so definitely very cool. So I'm gonna take you back to the dynos. We're one of the few that I'm aware of, anyways, in the country that have 2 dynos, and normally that doesn't make a lot of sense, but when we opened back in '04, there wasn't many dynos around, and most of the cars were either front wheel drive or rear wheel drive that we were working on. It was a lot of Hondas back then and Nissans. So we started off with the Dyno Jet, which is over here. And as our company grew, as we started expanding our services, we started offering tuning for all-wheel drive cars, which we also bought an all-wheel dyno. I'll show you that in a minute. Here's a real good customer of ours, Joe, twin turbo 370Z, wrap job by Fine Lines Wraps and Tint. Not too many chrome orange Z's out there, so that's definitely one of a kind. And over here we have our Mustang dyno, and this is where we do a lot of Subarus. A lot of Subarus all day, every day. It's by far our most popular make and model. And it's crazy because, 6-7 years ago, we didn't work on any until we bought this all-wheel dyno. And that was because of demand from our customers, people who had moved out of their Hondas and into Subarus and wanted to, have us do service to their car. We have the capability of doing 3 to 4 cars a day, every single day. So we end up tuning, probably average year, I'd say about 600 to 700 cars, and we work on about 2,400 cars a year. So over in this area is just some of the long-term storage cars. Some of the cars turn into bigger projects just by nature. Some hang out long enough to collect some dust, like Joe's RX-7 here. But we're real big on efficiency and trying to get cars back to people as soon as possible so they don't end up collecting dust like that. The less glamorous area, and this bit's a little bit of a work in progress. We're in the process of building a little half wall here just to kind of divide our little mini fabrication area from the rest of the shop, so we keep everybody's stuff nice and clean. And then back here we have our teardown benches, and it's usually filled to the brim with Subaru motors and a lot of EQs. That's probably our number 2 motor that we build, so we do a lot of those. And again, set up kind of like a dealership. We have a window back here where our guy Troy handles all the day in, day out stuff for the shop. So if techs need anything, they just come up here and tell them what they need, whether it's hardware or hose clamp, exhaust gasket, doesn't matter. So set up just like a dealership. One of the big things we wanted when we moved was a separated engine building area. That's a luxury we didn't have at our old shop, so we always had to do it in between bays, in between lifts, and it was always just, we made the best of it, but it was a little bit of a mess. So why we live the eat, sleep, race lifestyle is, honestly, it's all we know. This whole shop started off as a conversation, Vince, the owner, right out of high school. That was back, that was 17 years ago. Talked about how cool it would be to own a shop like this and to work on the import cars. Back in 2000, it was, a big scene. Super Street Magazine was in every newsstand, and newsstands were still around. And Fast and Furious was coming out. People were excited about it. There was really great, huge car shows going on back then, and it was a lifestyle. And that's what Eat, Sleep, Race is. So we kind of live by that. Most of the people that work here, it's been their entire lives. It's been their only career. We got 12, 13 guys here that nothing but cars all day long. And as we've gotten older, we've added some things, like kids, family, wives, stuff like that. But cars and our passion for automotive performance is still at the very core of who we are. And I think Eat, Sleep, Race is support your local speed shop campaign and mantra is huge, because I think you should. There's a lot of great shops all throughout the country, and if you appreciate the work they do and the community that they contribute to, you should support them. Talk to them, buy your parts from them. there's no reason that we can't match pricing on, you know, the same sites you find online or Amazon, stuff like that. And for a shop like us and hundreds of others throughout the country, it goes a lot further. So, you know, we certainly appreciate it, and we look forward to talking to you guys.